So, my mental health over the past several months has only been declining with time, and I think now in the past few months have probably been my absolute lowest. There's a number of factors as to why this is the case, but the big one is I'm anxious. Now, in case you don't know, I have autism, a neurological condition that changes the wiring in my brain, and I essentially think in ways other people don't. It also means I interpret things in a way others don't, and that can be a problem on the internet, especially during a time when cancel culture is really starting to become more and more prominent. Uh, I'm scared something is gonna happen to those that I'm close to. I'm scared I'll do something terrible without realizing it's bad until it's too late. A lot of the times I tend to act on impulse or don't really think too far ahead when it comes to consequences. And while this hasn't actually happened to me yet, or at least not that I'm aware of, I don't think I have any allegations against me, thankfully. I'm anxious about when it actually will, if it ever will, and what happens after. Um, it's not the primary reason behind my worsening mental health. I'd say it's maybe top five reasons or so, but there's a lot more to the story as well, mostly relating to personal life and having to survive a lot of psychological abuse from my family, which I'm actively dealing with. But with that being said, I don't know how I feel about this. And plus, I want to start fresh and have been wanting to start fresh for like a year or so. This channel is already a few years old. A lot of the stuff here is outdated and stuff that I don't really like anymore. I don't think it represents the person I am today, and it just doesn't feel personal anymore. And to me, when you're creating content on YouTube, that's a pretty big priority. The content that you make, or I guess in my case, I make, needs to feel personal to me. Like it's a reflection of who I am, because at that point, it just doesn't seem genuine anymore. Um, I feel like that kind of content is getting much harder to find now, which is why I actually set out to create that kind of content in the first place. But as I've said, the stuff that I've made already, most of it just doesn't feel that way to me anymore. Don't think it's an I don't think it's an accurate reflection as to who I am now as a person. Um, Not that I've changed by any stretch of the imagination. Or I mean, I guess I kind of have, but you know, like I have a different speech pattern now, I guess. My philosophies are slightly different. I don't know. I'm just throwing reasons at the wall here, stuff that I'm coming up with off the top of my head. I'm sure someone else would probably be able to articulate these thoughts in a more effective manner, but this is the best I can come up with off the top of my head. But I'm sure you know what I mean anyway. You'll notice a pretty big difference if you watch my older content, like especially my oldest, and the stuff that I make now. I mean, obviously, in terms of genre, there's already a huge difference, but just the way that I act as well. Um, and then there's the stuff on Firebase Bro. I'm not very proud of it. I'm like a lot more just out there, like I'm crazier, I guess, for lack of a better term. I don't like that. I prefer to stay the way that I usually am IRL, so like calmer, just maybe a little quieter. I'm usually kind of shy, and I don't really like the way that I've been on those videos. Again, not that it's problematic or anything. I just think it's a little weird looking back, and it's just not who I am as a person, at least most of the time. But yeah, just this whole Fireblaze thing as a brand, I feel like it doesn't really represent me anymore. At least not in the way that I want it to represent me. So, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take a break from uploading on YouTube outside of the TBK LTR YouTube channel, which is an MSM fan group that I'm a part of. But after my break, which I don't know how long it's gonna last, I probably won't be uploading on this channel again, ever. I might occasionally come back and respond to comments every now and then or stuff like that, but you most likely won't see any new content here anymore. And it's possible that one day I'll end up going through and delisting or privating the videos here aside from this announcement. If I decide to start uploading again, it'll be on a different channel that I may or may not announce here when the time comes. I really don't want to associate myself with this channel anymore. I don't know what's going to happen going forward. Blazerbro, my brother, has already started a second unrelated channel himself, but I think he's still going to continue uploading on the Blazerbro channel. There are still a few videos that I got involved in that will go on his channel probably in the next few months or so, but they're mostly old videos that I'm really not all that proud of, and I won't be appearing in anything new outside of that. I know I mentioned Fireblaze OST Collection 3 a long time ago. That never got uploaded, and I even had a Collection 4, which also never got uploaded. But I have played some of the songs in some of Fireblaze Bro's videos. I really don't feel like making videos for those songs, so what I'm going to do is provide a link in the description to the audio files so you can still hear the songs that way. You'll probably also find some other music projects that I never really got to reveal, such as the Fireblaze OST Remastered, which is basically just songs 1 and 2 remastered, hence the title, and a few songs from Collection 3. And yeah. There's also one more project that Blazerbro and I were working on. I don't know if it's going to be cancelled or not, but regardless, what we currently have will be uploaded at some point. I don't know when, but eventually. I don't know if I'm just going to try and finish up what's left, or if we're just going to leave it with what we already made. As for Summer Logs, I'm canceling the series. I've canceled it a long time ago. I just really don't want to work on the videos. I have hours of footage to go through, and I just don't think it's really worth it, especially when it doesn't get a lot of views. I mean, views aren't really a big factor when it comes to the stuff that I make. It's very personal, when it comes to what I produce, like stuff that I want to upload. I don't really like working on the Summer Logs videos. Again, they're very long. It requires a lot of work. There's a lot of footage to go through. I just don't think it's worth the effort. Like that first Summer Logs video already took a long time to produce, and I don't want to have to go through it all over again. Speaking of which, I think that's probably like the last good video I made aside from my MSM stuff. But even then, you'll notice a lot more screams well, screams probably isn't the right term, but what's the word? I guess I'm just a lot more loud in that video, which again I don't really like. Anyways, now Magical Assembly, my first MSM fan island, is also probably going to be cancelled. I don't really like the song, and I also feel like it's way too dense. I didn't even finish it already, and it doesn't sound that good in my opinion. I don't really feel like completing it anyway. I'll probably upload what I have on the TBK LTR official YouTube channel, because that's where most of our MSM stuff is. The Divines also won't be returning anytime soon. I've been procrastinating on the video for Echo Abyss for a long time. It's just not going to be officially releasing. Again, I'm going to upload an archive of it on the TBK LTR channel eventually. And same thing for Day Night Eclipse, which would have been the third island. The other two islands, Frosted Volcano and what was the other? Tectonic Cave. That the fifth island never really got songs. So actually, no, Frosted Volcano does have a song, but it's unfinished, so I'll upload that. Tectonic Cave never got a song, so yeah. But for those who are wondering, the fifth divine element was supposed to be Quake. There was also a Divine Gold Island, which, again, I didn't finish, but I kind of like it, so I'll also upload an archive of that, as well as the scrapped Divine's Continent equivalent, which, to be honest, was kind of scrapped way before I even decided to end the Divines, because it was a very big project, and I wasn't really happy with how it was turning out. The song was fine, but it just seemed like a lot of unnecessary work. Anyways, Autumnal Cavern. I actually like the song, so I want to finish that up. It will finish releasing over on TBK LTR, and any other songs that I make or have made that still need to be uploaded will also appear either on TBK LTR or on a separate channel. When exactly that happens, I have no clue. So when I continue uploading again, I will remain in the MSM community, as well as the JR, or Japan Railway community, for lack of a better term. I feel like I'm still active in those communities, and I still hold an interest in those topics. I still play MSM a lot, and the railfan community, well, mainly just Japan's railways, especially in Tokyo. I still hold a major interest in those. However, I won't be doing anything Roblox related in the future, especially given its current state and reputation. I mean, I play it every now and then, and even that maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but I don't want to make content on it anymore. I'll still be helping my friends with content, so Disrupt Guitar or TSG and Biff and anyone else that I collab with, I'll still help them. I'm not going anywhere there, but I'll probably be credited using a different name or channel. You could check there if you want to see where I'm uploading next, aside from the official TBK LTR channel. I believe TSG has already labeled one of my new channels for my credits. I'm not going to say it here because I don't want to associate with this channel anymore, so you can just go check it out if you're interested. And while you're at it, check out the rest of the TSG or Pip's content. And yeah, I think that's all I really have to say right now. Thank you to everyone who has supported me these past few years, even if it's not a lot of people, because this is a pretty small channel. I appreciate it, and I think it really gave me a sort of foundation when it comes to being a content creator on the internet, even if not a very big one, again. And that knowledge is something I'm definitely going to take with me going forward. I like making content and entertaining people, but right now I just kind of need a break and some time for me to heal because, again, my mental health is not good. So yeah, it's very unlikely I'll come back here unless I maybe announce any future channels that I work with or will work on. But even then, I don't know if I'm going to do that or not because, again, I don't want to associate with this channel anymore. I wonder how many times I've said that. Like, I just want to go by my new name, that Fireblaze. Like, just erase it from my history, almost. Which I know is, like, impossible, but, you know, one can dream, right? But for those of you who are also wanting to see more of me, I don't know how many of you there are. I feel like that would be a very small amount of people, but in case that they do exist. Yeah, just a heads up so you can maybe find me in the future. That's it then. So if you don't plan on following the official TBK LTR channel, which I'll link in the pinned comment, or any other channel that I decide to work on later down the line, then I suppose this is goodbye then.